Set the bar low. All right. Let's see. All right, so I don't know how this is gonna go. All right, this will be interesting. This will be interesting. This will be interesting. This will definitely be interesting. Oh, it's a shit show. I don't have a keyboard. That needs to turn that way just a little. Shoot, okay. Go over, no way. Alright, so we are going full ghetto style. Full. We are full. Okay. Hey guys. How are we looking so far? Super ghetto setup. How's the audio sound? Brand new, well, not brand new. First time I've used this lav mic. I'm showing audio. Can you guys hear me okay? Looks like the camera's a hair crooked. That's okay, we're gonna zoom in on this stuff here in a minute anyway. A bit low. Let's see if I can crank it up a little bit. It's all the way up here. I wonder if I can mess with the gain a little bit. Let me see if I can make it a little bit louder. So I've got my fantastic ghetto setup here. Because it's been a while since I've streamed. Thanks for, I think it's just Mr. Fuga and Mr. D. Witt here. Good to see you guys. Good to hear from you guys. See if anybody else shows up. Let me see. Yeah, trying out a new mic here. The Windows volume's all the way up on it. It's a pretty cheap mic. It doesn't have a whole lot of gain option or volume options, but I'm wondering if I in OBS can crank it up here a little bit. It's already maxed out. I'm also 7 feet away from my monitors, so I don't have my binoculars. I am here, audio only. Oh, cool. Hey, Brandon. Yeah, this is all your fault, by the way. This is Brandon's fault. He's the one that pointed out to me that I could buy this printer for $82. $82 from Walmart, free shipping. It is the TronXY XY-2 Pro. And I'm not doing an unboxing. We're just going to throw this thing together and see if it even prints. The bar is set low. Like, this thing is, I'm going to be making a lot of fun of this thing. And I will get to that very shortly. I wonder if maybe my mic is just need to be moved up a bit. Let's see if I give you a whole bunch of static here. I apologize. Is that a little better? Let's see. Yeah, let's just go with that. Apologize if it's a bit quiet. Cool, cool. Yeah, new setup, ghetto setup. But I figured that's cool because ghetto setup for an incredibly ghetto printer. I don't know, most you guys know that I am not a fan of the V-Wheel style Bowden Creality Ender 3 ripoff printers. But yet here I own one now. I pulled it out of the box because, like I said, I didn't want to do an unboxing. I just wanted to kind of have some fun with this thing because it was cheap. Kind of make fun of it. Let you guys make fun of it with me. Really kind of impressive that it just comes, I mean, it takes 4 bolts to put this thing together. Here they are, these 4 bolts, that's it. And this thing's put together with plugging in a couple pieces of electronics. So that's impressive. I'll give them that. I like how they actually use more than just that kind of center, I don't know if you want to call it the I-beam, but like a center single extrusion. I mean, it's actually got a full-on frame. Sides, beefy frame. Like, the frame is fine. It really is. But the first thing I noticed when I pull it out, and I don't know if this is going to show up on camera, I'm actually going to switch over to this guy so you guys can see this better. Hopefully it works. So I don't know how this camera, big thank you to Mr. Shane Fuga. He sent me this camera to use for this very purpose. It's a Sony Alpha 6-8. Cool little camera, Shane. It's way over there, so I can't remember exactly what it is. I think I don't have it dialed in very well yet. A6000, there it is. Thanks, buddy. I don't have it dialed in very well yet. Let me know if it's too grainy. I won't use it. I don't know if it gives you an okay close-up shot of the desk here. Let me know. Again, this is all kind of an experiment. We're not going to do this for hours and hours today. I'm actually kind of doing this between meetings at work. I had some free time and said, hey, let's just get this done. It'll be fun, maybe. So yeah, let me know. Give me lots of feedback on how things look, how things sound. Is this just really way too ghetto to even care about? I'm fine with all that. Anyway, when I pulled this out, first thing I noticed, this thing feels like it's going over speed bumps. Like right there, thunk, stops. Thunk, thunk. It's a bit sharp, more contrast, okay. Yeah, is it like hard to look at, or is it like passable for this time? Because the camera is way over there, and I think the settings on the camera need to change. I didn't have a lot of time to dial it in today. Yeah, that's kind of my thought too. It's okay. The lighting in here isn't the best. That's not helping either. I'm making a whole bunch of excuses, guys. I'm sorry. This is just to mess around. Like, one more thing to make fun of in this stream is the crappy camera setup. But this thing is like Speed Bump City. So it's just bump, 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 bump. I don't know if you can kind of see it jerking when I do that. That's not me. That's how bad these wheels are. So I figured before we throw it together, I'm actually going to loosen up the eccentric nuts on this, see if the V-wheels are just messed up on it, or if there's something we can do to adjust it. But for the most part, I think this thing's pretty well ganked right out of the box. So let's mess with these here. It's hard to see, bad angle. I'm just kind of loosening up the V-wheel here to see which one has even got a speed bump in it. The bottom one feels, oh, there it is. Yeah, this bottom wheel has a massive speed bump in it. Like it's like it's got a divot. When I spin it against the rail, I can feel it catch. At least I thought I could. Maybe it's one of the other ones. And this is exactly why I only was willing to buy this, because it was only 82 bucks. Yeah, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I'm spinning, what I'm kind of doing here is I'm spinning these wheels up against the V-rail. Oh yeah, it is, so it is this one. Against the rail that they're sitting in. And this bottom wheel has a distinct bump in it. So, my guess, this is going to suck. So let me tighten this back up. And I will admit, I don't even know how tight these are supposed to be. I've never had a V-wheel printer before. It's definitely got massive speed bumps in it. Feels pretty solid. We'll go with that. But yeah, other than that, it's, you know, it's what you'd expect. But I take that back. For 82 bucks, this is pretty decent. I like the frame down here. It's got a touchscreen. I know it doesn't run Marlin. It runs some weird TronXY firmware. That's going to get replaced. I'm not going to do it today. That'll maybe be another stream. I think I've got it pretty well set up to load up on here. I'm just going to throw it together and we're going to see if it prints. I would love to put Clipper on it because I'm a big Clipper fan. But then I'd lose the touchscreen. And as I've said before many, many times, that's what's holding Clipper back. You know, if Clipper can get some cool interfaces set up for basic screens or even basic touchscreen functionality, it doesn't have to be pretty. If they could get that set up, then they might be able to actually kind of break into what I would call the mainstream for printer firmwares, because not everyone's really able to just grab a, you know, Clipper, install, set it on their desk, plug in the SD card and hit print. They have to go through the web interface, and there's a lot of coding involved, sort of, and I think that's what's holding that back. Marlin, I definitely like Clipper better than Marlin, but Marlin's great for putting on a printer, setting it on the desk, putting it in an SD card, and hitting print. It's just better at it. So that's what we'll go with on this. Let's see, what else can I show you if we can get it up close. It's got the standard crappy MK8 style extruder. I was hoping I'd get the one with the Titan extruder, but whatever. It does have a filament runout sensor. I've heard it works. I watched a couple videos on it beforehand. It's got a standard old style, if you want to call it that, bed level sensor. It is a thing. Actually, it says TronXY on it. XY, oh, it's an 08N. Okay, so it's 08N, which is inductive sensor, which I'm actually really curious about because aluminum bed. Move this over so you can see it. Aluminum bed. Ooh, do we have something to peel off? We do. Cool. There it is. Can we hear it? Hopefully that was fun for everyone. Ooh, made it in the trash can. Aluminum bed, not really that conductive. And the print surface is that and this. So this is a piece of plastic. It's a piece of plastic. I'm assuming we need to stick that on there. But piece of plastic, aluminum bed, inductive probe. Clipper intimidates me eventually one day, maybe after I finish my regular. You know what? Clipper is intimidating at first, 100%. It's got a steep learning curve, but that learning curve, while it's steep, it's short, if that makes sense. There's enough community support out there now, and enough pre-built configs and enough examples that I think you'd be okay. And you know, it's easy to play with. You can always, yeah, that's well put. If you can do Clipper twice, everyone, yeah, that's it. The first time is hard. The second time, you copy and paste what you had before and make adjustments. Super steep learning curve. But once you really do it twice, you're fine. And it is cool. I do think it's really cool. So let's set this aside for now. Let's see, what else should I talk about before I actually put this together? Not much. There's nothing very impressive about this. Came with this little SD card reader. Doesn't work. So that's going in the trash. Came with sort of filament. Where are we at? Here we go. It's 1/4 kilogram. TronXY XY white PLA. So we'll print with that. Power cord, flipper, top mount. I should move this out of the way a little bit. Let me see if I can make that a little bit smaller. I should crop this a little bit. Give me a second here. Oh, can I crop it? I don't have my keyboard. Nah, I'm just going to make it smaller. Sorry, guys. I don't have the ability to hit the Alt button from here. Whatever. I'll just walk over there. You guys can deal with it for a second. Sorry. Do this. You see me close up here for a second? There we go. It's a little better. Sorry. All right. So, yeah, we can see a little better now. All right. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, this thing. It comes with the top mount spool holder. I'm not a fan of these either. I think putting weight on top of your printer is a bad idea. I don't like to do it. So I have one of these cool guys printed off. Of course, I saw this on Chris's basement. He uses these for all his spools, and they are a really cool spool holder. Really like these. Quick to print out and kind of versatile. Kind of nice. Anyway, enough screwing around, enough BSing. Let's just put this dumb thing together and see if it even works. So, it comes with Allen wrenches. I'm not going to use them. I am of the belief that if you have tools, you should use them. A lot of guys like to put together a printer only using what's on the, what comes in the pack. Not me. That's just me though. Okay, that's assuming I can get this thing undone. There we go. So the first thing you do is it's got the little touchscreen built in, which is kind of a cool way to do it for packing. Kind of keeps it out of the way, I guess. Maybe I should have waited on that, but I didn't. Probably should have done that after gantry on. let's see, how are we going to do this without making a mess and breaking things? Let's tilt this on its side. Can you guys tell I've never put together a printer like this before? The only, let's see, I guess I've had a couple printer kits. My very first printer kit was the ANET A8. Yes, proceed to make fun. But lots of parts of that printer are still going today and going strong as a bare printer. And I also bought, the only other kit I've ever had is the, what do you call it, clone Prusa Mini from FISAC. Fizz, etc. I was corrected on that one time. Apparently it's, everyone says FISAC. It's FYS, etc. is apparently officially what that company is called. And FYS is something in Chinese, I don't know. So yeah, just 4 screws, and this thing's put together. Shortest stream ever. I should have timed this. Oh well. Let's see. Don't use the high quality hex key. Exactly, they're the best, I know. No, Tecton drivers, my favorite. They are inexpensive, not made in the U.S. because I know that is important for a lot of folks, except for Mr. Canada over there. But they are a U.S. company that I happen to really like. They make really beefy drivers. They're not ball heads. If you can see, you might not be able to see that. They're just straight drivers, which is really good for when you really want to torque something down. The other set of drivers I have that I really like are the Bondas. They are the ball head drivers. I know Mr. Fug is a big fan of the Weeha drivers. Those are also amazing drivers. Shane, when are you going to put out your tools video? We've been waiting. Weira, yeah, Weira is also another fantastic brand. Yeah, definitely. Let's see, it's not the best view. So what all are you guys up to right now? For me, it's 12:30. I'm doing this over kind of lunch hour. I know Mr. Fuga is across the world now. I won't talk about where he is. That's his business. But I know he's kind of at the evening. Mr. Brandon, who I do blame for all this. He's at work. He's listening in, not watching. Honestly, Brandon, you're not missing much by not watching because if you've seen one of these printers, you've seen them all. Let's get this rubber band off of here. Yeah, this is 100% Brandon's fault. Although for 82 bucks, you know, kind of reminiscent of our sub $130 printer challenge that we did over on Shane's Discord, this crushes it. Like, I mean, you couldn't buy these parts for 82 bucks. Check Streamlabs. All right, I will. I will when I find my mouse. Oh, I left it over here. Grab that. Sorry, guys. I didn't feel like digging it out. Let's see here. So we've got, which way are we going? This way. Let's put this here. I am not going to worry about cable management right now. I'm just going to see if we can get this thing going. Oh, is it? Wow, man. I don't have my notifications up. Let's see here. What do I need to put up on this? I didn't, along with the new, it's a crappy piece of metal with some sawhorses. I had to reset up OBS because newer PC, rearranging of cameras. What do we got? I add, let's see, can I add that stuff here? Is that if I add another scene to this scene, I think that is this one, but that doesn't show. Yeah, you know, I agree. It's one of those things where, you know, it's just me and my here at the house. You know, I've got a few printers in the garage. Actually, I've already got 5 up and running in the garage. I did not need another printer. Certainly, when my wife asked me what that big box on the porch was, I kind of went, I don't know, a printer? Did somebody? But I don't know. And I was given a very hard time about it, which was fine. It was funny. All right, I got to move back over here, guys. Let's see if it's picking up the stuff from Streamlabs. Streamlabs, is it this one? Yeah, sorry, Brandon. Not working for me. Oh, look at that, and I'm blocking the whole view. Let's just stop messing with that, because that's just good YouTube right there. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it, man. You're a good dude. Anyway, back to this thing. Let's see, what is that, this old box? Yeah, you know, I did not need another printer by any stretch. But when I saw it for when Brandon pointed it out for $82, I was like, I can't resist. You know, maybe I had one more beer in me, or just enough beer in me to know that, or to not know that it was a bad idea. Something like that. So this is, either way, we'll have some fun with it. We may take it apart for parts. We may turn it into a switch wire. We may hit it with a hammer. I don't know. Although I'm pretty sure it's going to print like garbage with those, with the terrible speed bumps we get out of the those V wheels. See you guys. Actually, no, not quite done. We got to plug in this one guy right. And then I think that actually is done. Cable management on this thing is mediocre at best. Like this is just crappy split loom. Same as up here. Like I don't trust this. There's no relief on the bed. I don't have a good way to show you, or else I would. Maybe from the bottom. Let's take a look. Nope, can't see it because the power supply is in the way. There's no strain relief on the bed. It's not going to end well. I guess the other thing we need to do is hook up this. And this gets hooked up, over here on the side. Right. So this cool little, I have mixed feelings about the ribbon cable. This one is got reasonably gauge wire, reasonably thick gauge wire in it. It's not one of those super thin ribbon cables. It has an actual connector. And I'd be griping a lot more about it if I hadn't seen online when I was doing a little research on this thing that it connects to the it's kind of a little breakout board. It's not, or at least there's a breakout board available. I'm seeing lots of buffering in YouTube Studios. Are you guys seeing stuff spinning a lot, or is the stream looking okay? Stream health looks good, but I'm seeing a spinning circle a lot. Okay, cool. Anyway, so I'm not going to pull open the base of this today. It's more than I want to do. But the way it works is that this on the inside clips onto the board, I think. I think it's less than $10. You can actually buy basically with a different main board if you wanted to switch. So while this is normally gripes me, it's not too big of a deal in that TronXY actually gives you the breakout board, I think, to be able to use something else. Now, there is also a breakout board inside here that it connects. It is entirely possible that I'm confusing it with this, but it didn't look like it. Mike's starting to cut out. Okay, sorry. Yeah, learning experience for me. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully this kink right here is not broken wires, but for the most part, I'm not super mad about this. Everything could be redone, which it probably honestly will get redone if this thing is even worth its weight in you know what. We'll probably replace this. I don't like these things. They're garbage. Not a fan of this extruder already. I have a Big Tree Tech, a BQ H2 extruder that I've printed out the mounts for this and a couple fan ducts to see what works. If I do anything with this, it's going to be to switch it over to that. This thing's going to suck. I know it. But hey, it's put together. Let's plug it in, see if it turns on. I guess probably should do that bed surface too, but let's see if it even turns on. Let's see here. Power. I even remembered to grab a little sheet of paper for doing bed leveling because I'm sure it's going to be way off. Good. And that's not annoying at all. Yeah, cool. So you guys probably can't see that all with the glare. Let's do tools. Tools. What do we got? Manual. Is there a way to just home? How do we home the printer? Print? Nope. So no card in there. Manual. Oh, here we go. Home. Wow, this thing is quiet as. I can't even hear that motor moving. That's a good start. Okay, so there is there's an end stop over here that, what's supposed to hit it? So now it worked. Maybe this cable was just in the way from the poor cable management. Let's try again. Yeah, 100%. It's crap. It's definitely going to get crimped. Get the flare. Yeah, I missed that. Sorry, I wasn't watching chat. Yeah, in fact, I should just cut that. There's no reason for it to be zip tied to the cables there. Got some clippers right here. If I don't kill myself getting over there, let's just get rid of that. This cable management's terrible on this thing. It's a little better. Let's see what happens now if we home it. It's behind this little bracket right here. There is a mechanical end stop that just barely, it's like just barely lines up with the actual carriage. There we go. Wow, it does the double tap, but it jumps out like a ways. Oh my gosh, the cable management is the worst part of this thing. What? Work. I'm amazed. That sensor can sense the bed. That's cool. I mean, it is really quiet. I will give it that. The motors are so quiet. All right, well, let's put the sticker on this thing. I'm going to be so bad. You guys are going to scream at me. I'm not even going to wipe this thing down. I'm just going to throw it on there and see what happens. As the mighty car mod guys say, full disrespected nose. I will at least try to line it up here though. Let's see if I can get this nice and lined up. Dang, first try. Which looks really good. Well, looks good enough. And they give you multicolored binder clips for this. That's the joke that everybody makes when they put this thing together. Is like, you know, what binder clip color are you getting? Let's see what colors we got. We got blue, and yellow, and a different color blue. But there's supposed to be 4. Oh, there's the other yellow one. Comes with a spare Bowden connector and a spare end stop, which only tells me that the end stops are garbage. Let's see, let's bolt this thing down. Yeah, it's ghetto, man. It's so ghetto. Doesn't get in the way of the carriage at all. This one will. I guess we should see if it preheats. That seems like a good way to burn down the house. Let's see. Preheat. So I heard, for somebody else, when you click on this, it jumps up to a like predefined temperature. You don't have to go through all of it. So on the hot end, let's say it jumps up to 37. That makes sense. 37 degrees is exactly where I would have put it. Oh, it goes up by increments. 85, 80. Okay, that's just weird. Whatever. I can only preheat it to 110. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. That's the bed. That would have taken days. So I probably did need the fire extinguisher on that one. Let's see. Call it 60-ish. Oh, there we go. So that when I did tap it, the hot end jumps up to 223. Don't know what the significance of that number is, but whatever. While that's warming up, let's grab some filament. And so I looked at the SD card, super crinkly, sorry. I looked at the SD card beforehand. They had some random prints on it. Nothing I wanted to use. So I quick sliced up just something, a little like bed test in Idea Maker, because somebody was nice enough to put out an Idea Maker profile for this. So I had downloaded that. Hashtag Kira sucks ass. Let's see if it prints. Yeah, I agree. If it prints, and I have seen some halfway decent examples of prints coming out of it. See what happens. Oh, I can smell that. What do we got going here? Is anything melting? So far, we're still alive. Let's see here. Let's put this over here. See what happens. No. God, I hate these extruders. Although it fed okay. Probably should have checked to make sure that Bowden tube was in there. I'm pretty sure this is a Bowden tube all the way to the nozzle type deal, which I also absolutely hate. Anything coming out? Oh, look, it's poop and filament. That's good. Should we see if the bed's level or just full send it? Full send it. Full send it is. See if it is even close. I like it. Let's see here. Back, print. Oh, there's the SD card. All right, I got to turn this to look at it a little bit, guys. Let's see here. I put a just basic 2020 or 30-30-20 box on here. I was going to try to just run that if I could find it. Default box. No preview. Print. Let's see what happens. It's all preheated, so this should be pretty quick. Let's see if it... I have a feeling the Z offset's just going to be way off. Can't level the corner. I guess I should have done that. You're right. I haven't had a printer that's needed corners leveled for years. So, it's probing. It's probably going to fail, and that's fine. Whatever. I didn't do anything. I just hit print. Super lazy, super ghetto. I get it. I don't even care if this print surface gets ruined. It'll probably won't get used again. If I actually am going to use this printer, I'm going to put on a flex sheet. But yeah, I haven't had a printer that's actually needed to be leveled in forever. Lately I've just been hard mounting them and getting them level once by just sanding the mounts, like doing nylon mounts. All right, here we go. And then just using auto level. What is it doing? No idea what this thing is doing. It needed to do a full home again for some reason. So it went through a homing process. Oh, so now, so this is probably something out of the G code I pulled down, or the slicer profile I pulled down from the Idea Maker library, which is a cool setup if you use or even like Idea Maker. Yeah, you're right. It did cool off a little bit. If I remember right, the start G code in that profile I pulled down does one of those deals where it heats up to a certain temperature, does the probe, then goes and heats up the rest of the way. Like I said, oh yeah, it's like a mile away. All right, we'll cancel that. Yeah, it was like 2 millimeters away from the bed. There's no way that was gonna. Actually, you know, it kind of stuck. All right, so now we got to figure out how to level this thing, or to, I guess, know how to level a printer, but how to do the Z offset. So I'm gonna have to turn this to look at it. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. I thought I had a piece of paper for leveling. I do. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Turn the motors off. Good. So let's first just kind of get it level to the gantry here. Let's just to see how this is. God, it's been ages since I've done this. Probably don't even remember how. And I know this isn't exactly the right way to do it. I'm just making sure it's kind of relatively close, so we can just use the ABL. And yeah, that's way off. Come on. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I thought. Where are we going? There we go. Yeah, football right now, I bet. Oh, I have the manual, Brandon. Don't worry, it's right here. It's a pretty nice manual. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, my bad. My bad. Good enough. Again, I'm not doing this the right way because I'm just kind of trying to get just the gantry level with the bed, or tram to the bed. Good enough. All right, so tools, Z offset. So as soon as I hit the Z offset button, it looks like it's going to do a homing routine. Incredibly slow homing routine. Oh, those bed wires are fire hazard numero uno. Like back here, they're just, that's, even for 82 bucks, that's asking to get a house burnt down or something to go wrong. Holy cow. That was cool. I just went into the Z offset menu. All I did was go into the menu and it did all that on its own. And then I guess I can just do this. Wow, I'm not mad at that. Let's see. Let's pick 0.1. So something else to mention about this thing is the lead screw, I think, has got a steeper than average pitch. There we go. Cool. So I think it does better than, what's the normal? 0.04 increments on Z is pretty typical for what printers can do. Am I remembering that right? I think this one does 0.1 or 2 in theory. Because it's only a 2, there's a 3 star. I think it's a steeper pitch. Anyway. All right, so that is set to 0. Let's go back, print, try it again. See if it does anything this time. 0.08. Yeah, okay, yeah, thanks, 0.08. That's right. Well, no, it's It's one of the two. Regardless, doesn't matter that much. Regardless, steeper, yeah. So if you have a finer thread pitch, am I saying that right? Or just either a steeper or more shallow thread pitch is going to affect what resolution you can do with each step of a stepper motor. You guys know that. Let's see, what are we at? So, oh, hit play, dummy. Anyway, what I was saying about the Idea Maker profile, one of the things I like about Idea Maker is that there's a big profile library online that you can go and just click on the profile for the printer that you have, and it'll just load it into Idea Maker. Yep, I just moved that. I don't know, it's been my go-to slicer. I've definitely been, you know, I keep Super Slicer and Prusa Slicer on the side for use with the Prusa Mini. And because there's a good built-in profile for that. But for the Voron, for the Bears, for this thing, assuming it prints, I love Idea Maker. That's an ongoing, seems like that's like the philosophical or the, what do you call it, the political debate within the 3D printing community is which slicer is best. The Simplify 3D used to be, but they just suck now. Yeah, me too, man. I hate Cura. Like, Flash print. I don't think I've used Flash print. I'll have to go take a look at that one. Simplify 3D used to be the best, hands down. Their last even patch was 3 years ago now. Like, I'm starting to, well, no, I'm not starting to think. I think they are vaporware at this point. Or version 4 is vaporware. Version... Seems bad. I'm pretty sure those settings did not stick. Oh yeah, we just annihilated that bed. Cool. Told you that bed I didn't care about that bed. Just crashed the hell out of that. Let's see, I'll show you this one. This is a good one. Let's see if we can even see this up close maybe. Just, where are we? Where is it? Sorry. Right there. Just absolutely crashed it. Huge gash. Pretty cool. Something I would normally be upset about. Not with this thing. Yeah, that thing is just annihilated. So, apparently I did not set the Z offset correctly, even though I went into the menu, went through the process, button that said set Z offset. Let's see here. Confirm from, holy cow. So I flipped the power plug to stop it. It's got resume print. I'm not going to say yes to it, but I'm amazed. It's got resume print. Continue from the break point to print. No. All right, so Brandon, fine. I'll go find the manual I just dropped on the floor. Let's read about setting the Z offset. Yeah, I agree. Let's see, if only there were some... Yeah, exactly. I got them right here in my hand now, Brandon. I will take a look at them. Yeah, I agree. Simplify 3D, I do really like its interface, which is why I also like Idea Maker. The interface is as close to Simplify 3D as any other slicer is. It's got more. It's definitely more to look at than Simplify 3D. But yeah, it's as close as you're going to come to Simplify 3D, which is just too bad. Simplify 3D really was a game changer when it came out. It's just, God, it's just so old now. The toolpath generation algorithm is crap on it compared to the newer stuff. I mean, Kira's G-code generation is definitely better than Simplify 3D, but still, using Kira is like punching yourself in the nuts. That interface is so bad. Oh, it's so bad. All right, so Z offset. How do we do it? This is for you, Brandon. Reading the instructions. Brandon won. Manual leveling. Okay, cool. Don't care. I guess I could have done that. Let's try it. Let's see. Tools. Actually, so it does have the deal where you can do the manual bed leveling and, you know, paper test there. And I wonder if that has anything to do with the Z offset. So maybe we should probably try that. Let's see. Might as well. Why not? Let's see. Level. What does it say? Please select level mode. Auto. Sorry, guys. Auto, hand, or cancel. Well, I want auto. Let's do auto. Oh my God. Okay, so it's going to go through and build a mesh. It's got a 4x4 mesh. It's going to report out on here. So I guess we'll let it do this and see what it says. If only there was, yeah, instructions, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I do think, though, that if you like Prusa Slicer, just go over to Super Slicer. It's Prusa Slicer on steroids. Although that is not necessarily a good thing in that it's a lot more settings. Not necessarily a beginner-friendly slicer, but that thing is awesome. And they've got a lot of pre-built profiles just in the settings to where you can just, you know, go in, tell what printer you have, and just it shows up. Like I did the Vertex extruder upgrade for my Mini. You should check it out. Super Slicer. It's completely. It's like a fork of Prusa Slicer, just with way more settings. Good stuff. Anyway, it had a built-in profile for the Prusa Mini with the Vertex extruder, which is it's just an upgraded dual drive extruder. It's the one I forced onto Shane that he put together on his most recent live stream at his new place. Really cool because it's Bondtech dual gears, and then the filament sensor is then built into the extruder as opposed to the dangly part hanging off the side. So this thing did a bed level, and my cheap and cheesy paper test is actually not that far off. The far corner is a little over 1/2 mil. Worse for how quick I did that. So if I go, I don't know what that did. Check the leveling. I'm going to read these instructions for Brandon. Check the leveling instruction. Let's see. Automatic level. It's within what? So it says if it's over 0.8, fix it. None of the points were over 0.8, so I'm good there. Let's see what else. They didn't click the Z offset over the middle. Then click 3, reset. So I feel like that's what we did, but we'll do it again. So Z offset, if I go in there, I mean, you crash the head into the bed again, who cares? It's already ruined. And I don't care. And honestly, it's just off to the side, it would still work. Yeah, you don't need to do in that you just, well, putting the E-steps in at the beginning is, at the beginning of your G-code's fine, and it will work. It will always work. The only thing that it really misses is, like when you the automatic load filament function, which is actually one of the coolest things about the Prusa firmware. It'll shove out the right amount of filament to get it right to the nozzle and prime it a little bit. With the E-steps wrong, it's not going to get to the end of the nozzle, or it's going to be off. You can go in ahead of time and put in, run a piece of G-code, or run a random single line G-code file that has the E92, whatever it is, to change your E-steps, and run that right after you turn on the printer, and it'll just be set. But that's pretty nitpicky. But for clone, if I had spent a lot of money on a Prusa printer, I probably wouldn't clip the board to be able to put on different firmware. It was a clone. It was cheap. Who cares? I mean, it's not like there's any warranty for it anyway. All right, let's get this down again. Come on. Not too much. Let's see here. Feels about right. Set is 0. Okay. Click the Z offset. Observe the height of the nozzle. Then click 1, 2. Oh, so this is a little diagram here showing me how to do this. The thing I just did. 1, 2, and then 3. Set is 0. So there's a button to say set is 0, which is what I just did. You guys aren't going to be able to see it, sorry. On the screen. And that's supposed to set it. So maybe there's like a save settings button somewhere. Let's go into system real quick. No. Not overly enthusiastic about this working. Let's see here. We'll give it another try. Continue from, no. Oh, well, that's interesting. So I went back to the same file I printed before, and it's asking me if I want to continue from where it broke, from its break point. So they've done some interesting stuff with the power off recovery. Not something I'm too worried about, is that I'm lucky enough to have good power in my part of the country. I have to watch it close this time. It's really weird how it just... I wonder if it needed that bed mesh put in to know what was going on. Oh, that might actually have been what it is. I think I remember somebody else saying that even if you have a bed level G-code stuck at the beginning of your print, it doesn't actually work with this firmware. Like, it does the motions, but it doesn't save that mesh. So that's probably what happened. It probably needed the mesh saved into its own firmware from that crappy proprietary... oh man! How did I not notice that? Super belt, super loose belt. Although it's been working fine, so I don't feel like tightening it up right now. Lazy. Anyway, yeah, I don't think that's that mesh. I can't think of what my G codes are right now off the top of my head. The auto bed level mesh didn't save. So next step for this thing is definitely going to be to put the Marlin build for it. Somebody out there built a specific Marlin build for this. Oh, I'm sure it was. Actually, Brandon, yeah, it probably was. If this crashes again, I will... it's hitting those bed clips that it forces me to use. If it crashes again, I'll try one of the built-in G-codes. Just because that won't have the Idea Maker stuff in it. That's a good point, though. Oh, yeah. That's right, Shane. You did have that same issue with the ET4. What... Basically, updating the firmware fixed that, right? Isn't that what you did? I mean, that thing was just a massive pile of hot garbage. Your recent review on that, fantastic. It was kind of painful to watch, not because it was a great video, I liked it, but just like painful that that printer is so bad and you were trying so hard to just not lay into it. It was great. I liked it. Let's see what this does now. Let's see where we at for temp. Oh, okay, now it's got to... Actually, you know, the bed gets up to temp really quick. That's nice. It's a 24-volt system, so it shouldn't be too bad. Nice. Yeah, it was not... When I say painful to watch, not painful because the video was bad at all, but it was painful to, like, see you struggle to not just absolutely take a hammer to it. Yeah, this thing's quiet. Like, my mic is right next to this thing. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it's a quiet printer. I'll give it that. I mean, I can see the mic levels down below, and they're barely moving when I don't talk. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, hey, that actually worked. It's sticking. Is it going to print? Like, actually print? Dang. It is so quiet. No joke, so quiet. Yeah, it could be a little bit closer to the bed. I'm guessing no live Z adjust on this. But it's sticking, so I'll let it fly. See how it goes once it gets up to the other couple layers. Well, we're printing. What time is it? Can't even see. I don't have my phone because I'm using my phone to record. What time is it? It is 1:30. Been doing this for an hour. Yeah, you know, I'm not surprised, to be honest. This firmware is crap. It's pretty. Like, the touchscreen is pretty. There's a spot for a thumbnail. I'm assuming Idea Maker. It's probably Cura it needs or something like that. But, well, actually, you know, there's settings. Let's see. It's printing like crap. It's too far away from the bed, so let's see what happens. If I hit the settings button, there is speed, temperature, flow, and fan. I don't see anything about Z adjust. So yeah, I think we're SOL on that one. Hey Ryan, what's up, buddy? Yeah, a guy that rarely gets on YouTube anymore, that's for sure. What do you think? Is it a ghetto enough setup to? Is it okay? Yeah, I assume it's either Prusa Slicer or Cura that it's looking for that, you know, thumbnail style built into the G code. I wish Idea Maker would get on that boat, if you will. Like, they do the uh-oh. What did we lose? Sorry. what happened. Uh-oh. I have no idea if we're still online here. Let's see. Still live. Okay, cool. Well, that's good. You can see my head. Let me quick. I was running this out of Firefox, and let me just get back in there. We'll call it good. Cool. At least the stream kept going. Yeah, I was running YouTube Studio out of Firefox, and it just totally crashed. So let's switch this back. I'll get out of the way, and we'll keep going. No idea what I was talking about, no, though. Oh, hey, that's right, Ryan showed up. Nice, buddy. And Viking, too. Holy cow. Just in time to see a printer print. Badly. I mean, it's sticking to the bed. The extrusion width is way off. There's gaps all over the place, but it's printing. Yeah, no Z offset. No thumbnails because I did it in Idea Maker. Oh, hey, Dan. Dan's here too. Cool. Everybody shows up right when... yeah, I mean, there wasn't much to see for putting it together. It was 4 bolts and then plugging in 2 plugs, and it went. So, setup easy. The V-wheels feel like they got speed bumps in them. They're crap. They're absolute crap. But it was $82, you know. It's got this bearing up top. Yeah, now might as well. Yeah, everybody start shit talking about this thing. Come on, it's garbage. It's not garbage, but it's not the greatest either. Like, what's wrong with it? A lot of things. Really crappy end stops. They barely line up to this carriage. There's a bearing up here. I hate it. Hate it when people constrain the top of the Z screws. People, companies, whatever, that will come off. There's no reason for that. That just is a great way to induce Z-banding. You know, it's going to translate. This lead screw looks amazingly straight for a cheap printer, but if there's any bend in that, the wobble is going to happen right here in the middle as opposed to up at the top, which is going to translate right into the Z carriage, or into the X carriage. So... yeah, everybody's probably just listening and not watching. Well, if you are driving, don't pay too close attention, please. Yeah. Yep. Got people with more than 100 subscribers on their YouTube channels watching, so that's great. Thanks, guys. I don't know. There's not really much more to say about this thing. It prints, sort of. Like, I'm not overly excited. I'm not going to sit here and we're not going to sit here and watch this entire print. It's just a little box, just a basic box. Okay. Okay, let's remove the V-wheel. Yeah. Honestly, Ryan, this thing definitely needs something done to the X-axis. Like when I first got out of the box, I ran the carriage across the X-axis, and it just was like thunk, 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 thunk with every full rotation of this bottom V-wheel. It's just garbage. So if this were to actually get put into rotation as a printer, which I'm questioning, I would definitely need to buy some new V-wheels, which I may do because they're cheap, just to play with it. Doing an entire, what do you call it, linear rail on the X on this thing, I honestly don't even know if it's worth the money with how much I paid for it. Chris Travis is here too. Holy cow. Man, you guys all showed up so late. All of you. There's all like 6 of you here, which I do appreciate, you guys. Thank you for showing up. I mean, I don't know what more to say about it. Have any of you guys played with one of these before? Because, I mean, it was cheap, like I keep saying. I don't really know what else to say about it. Well, that's exactly it. I mean, that's why I wasn't too worried about it. I mean, there is more than $82 worth of parts in this printer. I am going to yank off the bottom panel and take a look at the what do you call it? The main board. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have space to add anything. I glanced through the grill, and you can see the spots where the extra stepper drivers would be. They're not even soldered onto the board. They're just blank spots. And I'm not about to try to surface mount solder this thing. It's a cheap. I mean, it's 32-bit. It runs quiet. I think it's got, I should know this. I looked at it earlier. Which drivers? It's got like 2100s or something like that. I forget which. Maybe if somebody wants to jump on Google and find out what drivers it has. Regardless, there's not much you can do with them. It's got the mechanical end stops that barely line up. Like, it's amazing to me that the X end stop even triggers. It just barely catches the end stop. Single lead screw, yuck. Constrained the top of that lead screw, yuck. The frame is solid. I do like the frame. It's way better than an Ender frame in that it's got 40-40 extrusion on the sides, 40-20 on the front, or 20-40 I should say, for the front, for this thing. The bed carriage is nice and sturdy. I did quick wobble that around when I pulled it out of the box. I didn't have to adjust it at all. Nice and straight. It's got acrylic mounts for the end stop in the back. I don't know. I like the touchscreen. The touchscreen is easy to use. It looks nice, other than the fact that the firmware's crap. It's got an MK8 extruder. Super yuck. I have a Titan extruder I could throw on there. I think it'd be better served as a spot for the H2 extruder to land. I have not put that on anything. In fact, I've got it sitting right here. Pardon me, actually, pardon my big head in the screen. I need to check something here. All right, so I have another 15 minutes and I need to jump off. My time for the day will be up. So we'll wrap this up here pretty quick. Anyway. I already have the mount made for the H2 extruder. Designed specifically, it was somebody designed it for this printer. About the same size as the thing that comes on it. You know, it's got the standard Creality PTFE lined hot end. It's, there's not much more to say about it than that. But yeah, that's it. It's cheap. I would take it over an Ender 3 though. I definitely would, just because of the way the frame's built. Yeah, you know, Tim, you're right. You know, I could. That's the thing. I could easily double my money on this thing. Printer. We went burr a couple times, dude. Not the good burr either. But yeah, Tim, this thing. You know, the used printer market in Portland is weird. Like, you go on any your marketplace of choice, and you can't find anything less than like $200. I'm up in Portland, Oregon, by the way. You can find Ender 3s. I mean, maybe just a hair under $200. But there's not a lot for sale either. There's not a big market here. There's not a big 3D printing community in Portland, Oregon, actually. I bought that Prusa Mini clone with the intent of, you know, making it just a hair better and then selling it to make, you know, to try to make a couple bucks on it. Nobody bit. Nobody wanted it, which I couldn't believe. It was basically a brand new printer, completely upgraded, that just nobody wanted. So I don't know. I mean, would this be a good candidate to, you know, make sure it's running nice and then sell and make a few bucks? Probably, because I would probably have a lot better chance of not losing money on this when he's only spent $82 on it. But yeah, maybe, I don't know, I'll play with it, we'll see what happens. I like the bed size. It's 255 by 255 by, I don't know, 263, I don't know, tall enough. I never print that tall anyway. It's a good big bed, I shouldn't say big, a good medium bed size. A little bit bigger than the standard 220, which is kind of what a lot of people consider the standard printer size. I don't know, it doesn't completely suck. Let's see, what else we got? Yeah, you know, with just minimal changes. I don't know, let's just stop it. I don't want to watch this thing finish. It's just a cube. Would you like to save? So that's actually kind of cool. So I'm stopping the print, and it asks me if I want to save the spot of which I'm stopping the print. Actually, you know what? Let's cancel that. If I do a pause, what does it do? Do you want to replace? Holy cow! That's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys saw what it just did. I just hit pause, and it moved out of the way, and asked if I wanted to switch the filament. I'm going to say no, and then I'm going to hit play and see how well it resumes. That wasn't crappy. I've got this big old string here, but let's see if it actually keeps going for a minute. For switch wire, well, Ryan, I could. I also have the infamous Mingda D2 that, if you guys want to see the Mingda D2 saga, go check out Shane's channel, Fugitech 3D. They sent him a Mingda D2. It's a massive pile of garbage, and it's actually pretty entertaining. But I have it. I had him ship it to me so I could turn it into a switch wire. As I figure, yeah, exactly. Mingda pretty much sucks. There's very few redeeming qualities about that printer. So I've got it in a box in the garage. I figured the best thing that could be done for that printer would be to design a switch wire conversion for it. Because, dear God, it should not be used for a normal printer out of the box as it is. But this one, yeah, I didn't resume. Well, yeah, I'll show you. So let's stop. No, I don't want to save the point. Let's see what happens. Get that off of there. Let's see what it looks like up close, maybe. Can we do it? Can we do it? This is the same issue Shane had with this. What are we doing here? Sorry, guys. Yeah, the camera's not tuned in well enough. I'm sorry. I will just tell you about it. It's... I don't see... Yeah, there's definitely some... It's not perfect. And the it looks like there's like an under extrusion spot where it restarted the print after the pause, because it was stringing like crazy. In fact, there I can kind of just pull it apart. The print itself, other than that, is fairly solid. It's all right. It's not the best. It's not the worst. Yeah, it printed. I'm kind of surprised. We probably will not see it in this state again. I'm going to try to figure out new firmware for it, which I think I've got figured out and already built, potentially. We'll maybe do that on a stream. And I'll probably pull this thing apart to take a look at it. I don't know if we'll do a full stream on rebuilding it. We'll see what it takes. I mean, it's not like there's a whole lot to it. Probably order a new set of V-rollers for it. The bed seems fine. I take it back. Nope, the bed seems like crap too. There's a speed. So I'm going to order a full set of V-wheels, which just pains me. But I don't feel like doing a full-on linear rail conversion on it. It's just not worth it, at least not in the short run. So I'm going to order some new V-wheels for it. See if I can get it to actually not feel like it's got speed bumps, because it totally does. it's not going to be able to print with the crap with it bouncing around like that. Throw a crazy, well, yeah, I am, Ryan, actually. I'm going to put this on it. The H2. It's the BQ H2. Bringing out with some open build wheels. Yeah, well, yeah, you know, I hear that. So that's a good point. I don't know what good wheels are to buy. Open builds, are they the best? I have never had a printer with V wheels. So this is 100% my only printer with V wheels. Oh, the NF Crazy. Yeah, I got to put this. I've had this H2 for a while, Ryan. I got to put it on something. Might as well put it on this, at least for now. I've got the NF Crazies on the Voron. You need the open build range. Okay, that's good, Firefixer. I will check those out. If they're not too expensive, it'd probably be worth it. I mean, the fact that, you know, the V wheels are the motion system, it's about the only thing you can do to make sure it stays straight and true and runs well. Oh, they're on Amazon? Okay. Oh, you can spend $10 on V wheels and spin. Yeah, I could. Or are they pretty expensive? I'll see what's out there. I don't want to dump, you know, $50 into this on V wheels alone. At the same time, I don't know, it's kind of an experiment. All the wheels on the Z carriage are fine. I was able to test those out beforehand, but definite bumps here and definite bumps here. So I will need, and I'm hoping maybe I can just figure out which ones are bad. Maybe just replace those. But that may be just putting a Band-Aid on stuff too. Oh, that's a good point. If open build wheels are that expensive, I'll do a little research. Yeah, I think with that, we're going to call it. I kind of just had a little bit of time in the middle of the day to do this. I figured I'd do it. I kind of need to, I've got a meeting at work I've got to get to. So thanks for showing up, guys. Just a couple of you here. I do appreciate it. I mean, the fact that anyone showed up is humbling, so thank you. Yeah, I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for showing. Super cool if you give the video a like. I mean, it was just here to kind of make fun of this thing and see what happened with it. And it wasn't a failure. It wasn't the biggest success of all time, but it worked. So with that, I'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot.